Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. In the dark. The ground is wet, but it's not raining. No windshield wipers going. Got the blue R1 Plus on the dash of my car shooting this video in 720p. Now, I don't expect the best from this device when shooting video like this, but we're gonna see what we can get. I do have it on manual settings. I'm playing around with the settings to see if I can make this device work for me when shooting video. I'm not too worried about taking pictures. The last time I shot a video was at work in the parking lot, had it on auto mode, and for the price point, a lot of you were digging what you were watching. So we're gonna see how it does. You're gonna be the judge. Let me know. There's no optical image stabilization, but it does have the manual settings to be able to go in and tweak it and make it work for you a little bit. And some of you aren't really going to care because this is not an area that you dive too deep into. So you do what you will with this device if you bring it in. If you want to get into this area, this may be a great way to start learning. Then you can look into a different device later with a better cameras. But again, some of you may not care, some of you will. If you do, I would look into a different device. So manual mode instead of auto, shooting video in 720p because it only has 720p. It doesn't have 1080p on the back. It does have a front-facing flash with 720p as well. I'll be testing that later. I'm going to be giving you a battery life test after today. And well, in the next couple days, just to let you know what I'm getting. It's got a 4,000 milliamp battery. The first few days that I had it, the very first device, because I had to return it just to get a case. I know, kind of silly, but they said that's the only way I would get the case that didn't come with it, that should have come with it. So I had the Huawei Mate 9 case on it to protect it. I took it out here and there. I had my SIM in and out, made a few phone calls, did some messaging, and all that worked fine. Okay, so everything's working cool there. But I haven't been using it in the way that I typically do to give you a battery life test. So it would be unfair to just give you something when I wasn't really testing it in that way. I will be able to do that now. Okay, so with that being said, again, shooting this video in 720p, manual mode, just kind of playing around with it. And you're gonna let me know how everything looks. The blue R1 Plus. I keep wanting to say HD. I don't know why. Anyway, well, I know why, but the MOTO Z Play 2. There's some information on the MOTO Z Play 2 coming out. Now, there's going to be a little bit of differences on that device. I was checking this out last night, and but a lot of the device is going to be pretty similar. I think the biggest area I'm worried about with that device, because the MOTO Z Play is really known for its battery life. It's a battery king device. It's really, really known for that, right? When I covered the device, and a lot of the other YouTubers that I'm close to covering that device, that was the biggest part of the conversation, is that battery life. I mean, basically outside of being close to stock Android with some MOTO apps, a few MOTO apps, beautiful 1080p display, Super AMOLED. I mean, quality build, the mods, all of that, right? It's all there. So, killer device. I had when I sold it. The gentleman I sold it to is still loving that device extremely. Just amazing what kind of battery life you get on that device. Well, it's going down from a 3510 milliamp battery down to a 3,000 milliamp battery. That's quite the drop, because I guess of the thinness of the device, but the device, to me, without the mods, was already pretty thin. So I don't know what they're doing with this device to drop it from 3510 to 3,000 milliamp battery, 3,000 milliamp battery. So I'm not really happy about that. It's still going to be 5.5 inches. You know, when we hit those bumps, that's when I want to see if it goes out of focus, and it stayed in focus. So far, in manual settings, I've only noticed a couple times that it went out of focus. I'm talking about the blue R1 Plus right now, really quick. So it's handling itself pretty well, considering. 720p. Anyway, so yeah, 5.5 inch, 1080p. They're not going up on that either. So they're going to stay at 1080p. I wish they would have upped that a little bit, but they're not going to. You know, 1440 by 2560. But you know, they want to stay at 1080p. That's what they're going to do. It's going to still be Super AMOLED, so it's still going to be, and realistically, I mean, that should help battery life. That should help. We'll see. We'll see how that all plays out. Instead of the Qualcomm Snapdragon 625, it's going to have the 626, which is interesting. So from a 625 to a 626, from a 3510 milliamp battery down to a 3000 milliamp battery. But everything else should still pretty much be the same. Again, 1080p Super AMOLED display, 5.5 inches. Did I already say that? Probably like a gazillion times. Going from 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of onboard storage, to 4 gigs of RAM, to 64 gigs of onboard storage. And most likely we'll have an SD card slot. So again, this is the first information that I've seen about the Moto Z Play 2. Any questions on that? Leave it down below. If you know any more than I know, if I got anything wrong, leave that down there too. I appreciate it. Again, how is the blue R1 Plus doing right now on my way to work in the dark? Manual settings instead of auto. Yeah, that little video I put out last night, the mini journey, I called it the mini journey, only because I got it, had to return it just to get a case. I ordered another case, so I got 2 cases now, got the new screen protector on. But imagine for all those folks that had to return the devices just to get a case. Because the lady on the phone told me you couldn't just open a box and take a case out and send it to anybody. You had to get the whole thing. So I wonder how many devices actually went back for that reason. And you can see right here with all the headlights and the red lights up there, a little bit of blur going on there. It's capturing itself, which is nice, really nice, because all those cars started moving forward. So doing not too bad, you know, just a little bit of struggle. Actually, I had more struggle with focus hunting with my Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, and again, that just could have been my device. But I've had less with this device at this point in the game with shooting video with the rear cam. And I wish it was 1080p. But anyway, yeah, I got the case, you know, and got the device. And I decided I was going to give the video shooter another chance by going into manual settings. And since I'm learning more about the camera area when it comes to taking pics and shooting video, I really need to start to use that functionality when it comes to manual settings. I love it on my LG G6 and especially on my LG V20. Man, especially when you're playing with the audio settings, directional audio, just crazy, crazy. Totally digging it. Okay, there it goes. It recaptured itself. Really nice. Really nice. Anyway, let me know what you think about the Moto Z Play 2 and the specs that I just threw out there of what that device is going to entail as far as, you know, if you have the Moto Z Play, are you going to upgrade to the Moto Z Play 2 for just a little bit of changes? I don't know if that's going to throw a lot of people off when it comes to the battery size. 3510 down to 3000 milliamp battery, that's quite the drop. So I don't know. Blue R1 Plus, dash my car, shooting this video in 720p. You are going to be the judge. Thanks again for watching all the videos that I put up. I appreciate your support and your feedback. Please check out the one I put out last night about this device and why I brought it in, and for the crowd that I brought it in for. And maybe you weren't interested, but maybe you are now. Who knows? But I'm here at work, And that's it, folks. God bless. Have a great day. This is my Project 13. Put on the brights. So my next video, I am out. Woo! Another day. And drink some coffee.